There are a lot of things to do in Tears of the Kingdom, but the game was made in such a way that you can enjoy the world and its story however you choose, so chances are you have not done everything there is to do before beating the game's story. But now that it's been several months, and you've had your fill of exploration, what else is there left to do? And this list will not include the most basic completionist things like collect all 1000 Korok seeds, complete all of the shrines, and complete all of the side quests. Instead, I, Koramora, have come up with 7 completionist activities that you can grind at while listening to YouTube videos so that you can get all of your money's worth for playing the whole game all the way through and experiencing all of the content in it. These don't really count towards your map's completion percentage like the Korok seeds, but they're still activities that will take a long while to complete. Now let's begin with number 1. Collect all the Bubbul Gems. One of the main differences between Hyrule and Breath of the Wild and Hyrule and Tears of the Kingdom is that there's 150 caves you can go and explore. And inside the caves you'll find a glowy frog looking thing hopping around in the most hidden part of the cave. Shoot it with an arrow or whack it with your weapon and it'll drop a Bubbul Gem, as well as a Blurpee. You can trade these Bubbul Gems for items at Colton's traveling shop, but he will run out of items after the 47th gem. However, this guy will still want to eat the other 100 Bubbul Gems in the game, and chances are you did not bother finding the rest. This completionist quest is a great excuse to go and explore every cave in Hyrule, and if you found more caves than Bubbul Gems, I suggest you start by re-exploring the places you've already been to before looking for the new ones. This way you don't have to backtrack through 150 caves, you only have to backtrack to the 20 you already went into. To find the remaining caves, you can offer some fruit at your local cherry blossom trees or use the Sensor Plus to look for bubble frogs on the go. They're under the creatures category right next to the dogs. Collecting all 147 of the Bubbul Gems will give you a new cutscene with Colton, as well as one of the coolest looking gliders in the game. Definitely worth the trip if you ask me. Number 2. Help Addison support all of the Hudson signs. You've already seen this guy and know exactly what to do. When you see the sign, place some 4D chests with the nearby items to help support it, and then get some jelly donuts as a thank you. There are a grand total of 81 Hudson signs in Hyrule, and if you're trying to speedrun this, you can just use the Hoverstone Zonai device to support most of the signs. Once you've helped Addison put up all of the signs, you will get another glider fabric, and afterwards you can find your favorite supporter hanging out near different stables, although I feel like this job might have broken him. Number 3. Collect every schematic. This is the shortest of the completionist quests since there's only 46 of these. 2 can be found on the surface, 10 at the Great Abandoned Mines, and 34 from the Yiga clan outposts throughout the depths. Usually all you have to do is defeat the one member who has the glowing seal on them, and it'll unlock the storehouse where you can grab a schematic. There is no paraglider reward for this one, but you will have access to a lot of silly auto builds, and oh boy are they silly. Do you need a bunch of bomb flowers glued together? Or how about 5 variants of a pickup truck? I mean, not really, but if you want 1000% the game, you're gonna have to go get them. Although to be fair to the Yiga clan, some of them are pretty useful, like the fishing boat, and my favorite, the emergency escape. Number 4. Collect every recipe in Hyrule. Who needs the master sword when you got the master chef? There's 228 recipes you can cook up in the game, each with its own unique art. You can make variations of the same dish to get different effects or durations, but they still count as the same dish. To see how many recipes you've unlocked, go to your cooked meals inventory and press the X button. Some of these recipes you can find on posters at the stables, but most of them you'll have to cook up yourself. And it's not just fancy meals. A lot of these recipes are for elixirs, frozen meats, or burnt single ingredients. You can speedrun collecting the recipes for that last one by tossing a bunch of the ingredients onto the cooking stone in the middle of Goron City. The one bad news I have for you is that there is sadly no reward for completing this list of recipes. However, you can use the recipes for more efficient cooking. Simply go to one of the raw materials needed for the recipe, tap A to select, then pick the select for recipe option, choose the thing you want to make, and bam, Link is now holding all of the ingredients needed to cook. Not sure why you can't just do this from the main recipe menu in the cooked foods category, but it's better than having to scroll around and pick out all of the ingredients every single time. Number 5. Max out your gear. I guess this is a 2-part completionist quest, the first part being to collect all 132 unique armor pieces available in the game. Some of them are found in the depths, some are in caves, courtesy of Misko, and for one of them you're going to have to complete all 152 shrines in the game, but if you're here you've probably already done this. Now that you've collected every unique armor in the game, it's time to go to your Great Fairy of choice and enhance away. Out of the 132 things you can wear, only 97 of them can be upgraded, although getting the items you need to do these upgrades will take a while. This is definitely the hardest of the completionist quests since you're going to need a ton of rupees, star fragments, and diamonds. On top of all the monster drops. Forget Korok seeds, this is the real 1000% hurdle. There is no nice online map telling you exactly where to find all the things you need, and it'll take a long time to collect everything. If you decide to do this one, good luck. Also, you might want to consider doing the next thing on the list first. Number 6. Defeat every large monster in the game. If you go down to the emergency shelter in Lookout Landing and talk to Growlins, he's got 6 different types of large monsters for you to hunt down. There's 4 Molduga, 87 Taluses, 69 Hinoxes, nice, but 20 of them are Stalinoxes, and unlike all the other bone monsters, you can't just one-shot them with a Dazzle Fruit. There's also 35 Flux Constructs, 40 Frox, and 12 Gleox. Even though there's still Linos in the game, you do not get a medal for those. Once you defeat every one of these monsters, you can talk to Growlins again, and he will give you a medal for them. I highly suggest you use your pins to keep track of which ones you've already defeated. Also, if you really enjoy hunting down the big monsters in this game, I think you might want to check out this other game series called Monster Hunter. Before talking about the last big thing to do, here are some honorable mentions that are a bit too random, but still something extra to do to really squeeze out the extra 10 bucks you paid for this game. Tame all 6 of the unique horses. Collect all 20 Sage's Wills and level up your buddies. Talk to every single NPC in the game. You know you've talked to them if their name appears over their head when you get close. If it doesn't, you'll know what to do. Wrong way. Hunt down all 34 Linos, 54 Wizard Robes, and 37 Gloom Hands. That is way too many Gloom Hands. Complete the compendium, and if you're too lazy to go and take pictures, you can just buy them from the lab. Once you finish this one, you'll get a paraglider. Speaking of paragliders, you should also collect all 28 paraglider fabrics. I'm pretty sure there's more than 28 in the game, but you'll need an amiibo for those, and I'm not about to tell you to go spend real life money just for a cosmetic you'll never use. And last but not least, go and complete all 17 minigames. If some of them have a record to break, break the record. Link nuked the entire Korok forest, surely he can land the Zonai plane in the water, right? A lot of the minigames are pretty silly, but they'll still take you a couple tries to complete. My personal favorite was the race in Terrytown, since it kind of reminded me of CarQuest. Anyways, that covers all of the minor completionist things, and now it's time to talk about number 7. Finish your dream home. At this point, Link has literally done everything he can do for the Kingdom of Hyrule. If he cannot afford himself a nice house after all that, then the economy really has a huge problem. As one final act of completionism, it's time to channel your inner Animal Crossing player and decorate this man's dream home. Don't settle for just a bedroom, build him a nice mansion and have fun with it. When you're done, take a picture and tweet it at me, or X it at me, I don't know what they're calling it now. I want to see what you've made. And once you're done, congratulations, you have 1000%ed the Tears of the Kingdom. If you haven't 1000%ed the game yet, leave a comment down below with all the things you haven't done but plan to do soon. And if you find yourself short on rupees for some of these quests, do check out this video I made. I think it's gonna be quite helpful. Anyways, I've been Koramora, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.